I'm Cris, and today I'll be talking about STL's standard Soprano Ocarina. This is a great ocarina for an experienced player looking for a moderately dynamic soprano ocarina on a budget, or for newer players who might be interested in a soprano ocarina that will help facilitate improvement in breath control. It's also a great ocarina for students. The standard soprano is fully chromatic and plays in the key of C from A5 to F7, giving it a range of 1 octave plus 5 for a total of 13 notes. Here's the scale. The standard soprano is a little over 5 inches long, and it's about 2.5 inches wide. Compared with the standard tenor, you can see that it's quite a bit smaller. It weighs about 3 ounces, which is just about the same as my Swiss Army pocket knife. Here they are next to each other for another size comparison. The standard soprano is a transverse ocarina with the traditional shape of mini ocarinas from the early 20th century, which were also called sweet potatoes. It utilizes the 12-hole fingering system, which was invented in Japan in the 1920s. The end is slightly tapered, and the overall shape is simple and understated. It's made of glazed ceramic, so the texture is smooth like glass with a shiny, glossy finish. Also, the top surface of this ocarina is relatively flat, which makes the subholes easier to access quickly. Soprano ocarinas tend to have lighter, easier breath requirements than tenor ocarinas, and the standard soprano is no exception. The overall volume is moderately loud, so it can be enjoyed both indoors and outdoors. A good explanation of the breath slope is that this ocarina is slightly more dynamic than what I consider beginner-friendly, and slightly less dynamic than what I consider performance-focused. I consider the standard series to be intermediate level ocarinas, but because the soprano doesn't require as much breath control as its tenor counterpart, this ocarina would be perfect for a motivated beginner looking to improve their breath control, or for an intermediate player who wants a dynamic yet fairly easy to play soprano. It's also great for children, adults with smaller hands, and players who prefer the soprano range. The standard soprano has a clean, responsive tone, which is moderately bright and suitable for performance. The tone is versatile enough to play many different kinds of music, which also makes it a great student-grade ocarina. I definitely recommend using your neck strap with the standard soprano. It takes a little more practice learning to properly support a soprano ocarina while playing the highest notes, and the neck strap will protect it just in case it slips out of your hands. There are different techniques for playing the highest notes, so I recommend experimenting to find the one that works best for you. If you're used to playing another ocarina, try adapting the technique you use for that ocarina before trying other methods. The best technique is the one that allows you to keep a good grip in the ocarina, no matter how many holes are uncovered. I usually like to play faster, more upbeat pieces on this ocarina, but because the tone is so versatile, you could also play slower, more melodic pieces. If you already have a tenor C ocarina, you could play a piece on the tenor, and then play the last verse or chorus 1 octave higher on the soprano, as many ocarina musicians like to do. Well, that's about it. Thanks for watching.